first video of 2020, yeah, 2020. No, it's really going to be a good year, I think. And this video is about getting ready for the big drive to the RTR. The RTR. It's not a pirate festival, but it kind of sounds like one. Happy New Year, by the way.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of Auld Lang Syne?
You probably noticed that Cowboy's still in the opening, and I don't know when that's going to change. I have to have time to make a new opening for one thing, but then also I'm just not ready to take him out yet. So yeah, in fact, this is really not the first video. I've shot like 4 videos in the last 3 days, but I keep shooting them, editing them, and then just kind of throwing them out, or else there's, you know, some obstacle occurs that prevents me from posting that video. And I don't really know what that's about, except that maybe I'm a little bit stuck. But I'm gonna get unstuck. Not staying here. Nope, don't do that. Yeah, 2020, yeah. We're gonna start it off right too, because I'm gonna go to the RTR for the first time. So what is the RTR? Some of you probably don't know. The RTR stands for the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, which is a gathering of nomads, vehicle dwellers, however you want to put it, in the desert in Arizona. And the first one was in 2010. It had about 45 people, and it has grown exponentially to the point where a lot of people say there were like 10,000 people there last year. And I don't know if that's true, but they kind of outgrew the desert. So yeah, it's a lot bigger now. And because of that, because of the number of people, it's had to change this year. So the events, the meeting place, the stage, and all, where things, you know, the group events happen is at a fairgrounds, and then everybody's kind of on their own to camp. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be different. A lot of people aren't happy about it, but I've never been before, so I'm just excited to go. And not only am I going, but I have been selected to speak at this event. I'm actually sharing the stage with Linda from Serene and Simple Life here on YouTube, and we are going to be talking about minimalism. We're talking about that. Should be interesting. You probably noticed I'm not in the bus. I'm at my mother's house because the bus is in the shop. And that is the one thing that has me really worried. I brought the bus to the shop because it was kind of stalling and doing this little surging thing occasionally. So I brought it in figuring I would get that fixed. And I'm basically going to be driving 6,000 miles in a month. So that's a long trip. My bus is always hard to find somebody to work on because number 1, it's 30 years old. Number 2, it's a bus. And number 3, it's diesel. So if people work on diesel, a lot of times they don't have enough space. If people have enough space, they might not work on diesel. And a lot of shops just don't want to work on anything as old as my bus. I brought it in there on New Year's Eve day. Not the best day to be bringing a vehicle to a shop. But this place is one of the few trustworthy places I've found that will do it. I remember when Aja needed all that work done on her rig, it looked like they let her stay in it while they were working on it, and that has not been my experience. Most places do not want you to stay in your vehicle while they're working on it, even if it's going to be like outside in the lot or whatever. So I had to get an Uber and come back to my mom's house. After I was riding in the car for a little bit, I realized that I actually have ridden with this guy before. Say hi, Carlos.
Hi. Happy New Year.
After Carlos dropped me off, I started thinking, well, I should probably post something. And, you know, I had been shooting these things and then throwing them away, and I hadn't posted anything in a week, and I try to post something every week. Plus, I really wanted to say goodbye to the year. You know, it's New Year's Eve. I should post something. So I thought maybe I'll do a live stream. But, you know, doing a live stream, like a countdown to midnight or something on New Year's Eve, I think, number 1, you have a lot of competition, and number 2, there's not going to be a lot of people there. But my brother Eddie and my nephew Ryan are in this band, this Irish band called the BOSTON HARBOR BHOYS. Boys with an H, and I forget why there's an H in that, but there's a reason. You can Google it. I'll probably Google it later. But they were playing an Irish New Year's Eve celebration, and what makes it an Irish New Year's Eve celebration is that the event is on the earlier side. It's a family-friendly event, and the countdown is to midnight in Ireland, which is 7 p.m. here. So I thought that's perfect, you know, because I can do this whole New Year's Eve thing and get it over by 7, and you guys can all go on and do whatever else you're going to do. So, yeah. So I decided to do a live stream and go to the event. I posted this thumbnail here, And then my sister picked up my mom and I, and we went over to the show.
15 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should old acquaintances be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days move on by?
It was really fun, but some of you probably showed up for the live and noticed that I didn't show up for the live, and that's because it didn't work, you know, because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, although I'm close, 950, but because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I can't go live on YouTube directly from a phone. I have to use a third-party app, and I could not get it to connect. I don't know if the problem was the phone signal, or my physical phone, or the app itself, or just, you know, the black cloud over my head, but whatever it was, I couldn't go live. So I apologize if you showed up. No live stream, but so New Year's Eve was fun, and now I have to think about, like, okay, what else can I do to get ready for the RTR? It's hard without the vehicle. Whenever I get it back, I still need a day because I've got to get the bus itself ready. You know, I've got some things I want to do to the bus itself before I head out, and I got to get propane, a lot of things I have to do in order to hit the road. So hopefully I'm going to get the bus back soon. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm doing some route planning, which is tough because, again, I don't know when I'm going to leave, and the route I take is to some extent dependent on when I'm leaving. You know, I had planned to leave already. My goal was to travel as few miles per day as possible so that I would have a nice buffer zone for, like, shooting videos and, you know, if there's any kind of mechanical issue or whatever, I'd have time to deal with it. That's not going to happen now. And I'm just trying to avoid having to drive at some, like, crazy breakneck pace to get there in time, you know, so hopefully it's all going to work out. I'm trying to arrange to do some deliveries on the way. I'm trying to book some shipments, which is something I have done occasionally when I'm traveling. I just look for things that are going from point A to point B that are along my route, and then I can do these deliveries while I'm going. I don't take anything that's super heavy, don't take anything that doesn't fit in my center aisle because I want to be able to take my bed out and everything, and I don't take anything that, I just don't take anything that's going to be hard to maneuver or that's going to be in my way. So that narrows it down a lot, but there are things. I'm trying to get approved to take animals because that would be ideal if I could take puppy dogs, you know, in little crates. I could take them to, like, if somebody adopts a dog from one state, I could take them to another state. I'm trying to get approved to do that, but I don't have that yet. So I'm looking for shipments. I'm trying to figure out my route. I'm doing my laundry. You know, the clothes that I did pull out, I'm making sure I have clean clothes. There's things that I can do to get ready for the trip, but there's a limit because I don't have the bus. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it back today. I don't know. Excuse me a second. Okay, I just got a text from the mechanic that was a little bit weird because it's an inspection report and it's talking about what needs to be done to the bus. And the weird thing is it says that I need shocks, but my shocks were replaced by the same shop back in July. And now it's only January, so 6 months on shocks, and I mean, I haven't driven that far. I called the shop and they told me they are still under warranty, but the service manager hadn't really talked to the guy that did the inspection yet, so I don't really know what's up with needing shocks. The downside of that, of course, is that that's probably going to add a day delay to my whole getting out of town plan. So it's not going to cost me anything because the shocks are under warranty, but how can I need shocks? I would say they were trying to rip me off, except for they're the ones who put in the shocks, so they have to honor the warranty, right? So maybe there was something just wrong with those shocks, like right out of the box. That would be weird, but maybe. I think the biggest thing I can do the only thing really I can do to get ready for the RTR now is to just start working on what I'm going to talk about. You know, I've already had a long conversation with Linda, which went great, about what we're going to present. And we have two very different stories and very different relationships with minimalism, to say the least. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a really helpful conversation. I hope so. Let's just hope that whatever's going on with the shocks, that it can get resolved quickly, that everything can get resolved quickly, and that I can get on the road. Because the sooner I get on the road, the sooner I can get there. And also, the sooner I get on the road, the more fun things I can come up with to shoot along the way. Okay, well, I'll see you next time. I'll tell you what's going on then. Hopefully, by the time I talk to you again, I'll be actually on the road. We'll see. Happy 2020!